Hey guys, I gotta tell you something. I had a chance to do that Halo. That's real. That's on the show floor. We're doing that right here. If you come to E3, assuming you can get in, you can actually stand in line for a few hours and experience it. It's amazing. But welcome back. We're here with Halo 5 Guardians Masterminds, Josh Holmes, William Archibald, and Wade Mulhern. Thank you, gentlemen. We're gonna take your Twitter questions and talk about Halo 5 Guardians Warzone. Now listen, before we get started, I saw some chatter on my Twitter feed about rec packs. Now, Josh, why don't you explain what rec packs are and how they fit in the game?
Sure. So the requisition system is a brand new reward system in Halo 5 Guardians. And basically the way that it works is as you play games within our multiplayer experience, you're constantly earning requisition points, which you can then redeem for rec packs. Rec packs contain a variety of different items. There are cosmetic items that carry across the entirety of our multiplayer experience. So those are things like helmets and armor suits and visors and assassination animations, weapon skins. And then there are gameplay impacting items that are exclusively useful within the Warzone experience that we just announced here at E3. So those are things like power weapons and vehicles and such. And so in addition to requisition points, every time a player ranks up their Spartan rank, and every time they complete a commendation in the game, we're also rewarding them with requisition packs.
Great.
So just a constant, steady stream of different items to keep the gameplay experience fresh.
That sounds great. Now listen, before we get to your Twitter questions, we did a poll earlier asking, what did you want to hear about first? AI, rec system, map design, or loadouts? You voted, and 32% of you chose AI. There you go. So, all right, we're gonna go right to your So let's talk about AI.
Okay.
What's different? What are you guys kind of doing in the game? Pull back the curtains and show us the AI.
There's all kinds of AI in Warzone, which is the really amazing part. There are the Marines that will back you up in your base. So you'll capture those bases, the armories, the garage. You'll see those Marines come in and help you. And this is the AI you can go up against too, which are such as hunters, the elites, the things that you're used to seeing in campaign that we're now bringing into multiplayer.
Yeah, because I mean the AI in Halo has always been fascinating. So I want to see what you guys want to do to bring it into the multiplayer experience. Because that's got to be exciting because now you have a different sandbox to work with.
Yeah, it's a very different sandbox. It's something that we don't often see, especially with multiple teams going off the same AI at the same time. You've got that red team, that blue team, and the AI in there at the same time. The engagements play out very differently. It's pretty exciting.
All right, I have some Twitter questions right here. Right here, I've got them on this little card. Berg_the_genius on Twitter wants to know, what do you think spawned this idea of Halo matches beginning with these animations, the breakout jump, and in the Warzone airlift? Who wants to take that one?
So that's something that, from a creative standpoint, I know the whole team was excited about. But Will should talk about that because Will actually implemented the Pelican sequence that starts off every Warzone.
They are a really good way for us to get a cinematic experience immediately as soon as you get into the game. You jump out of the back of that Pelican, you have crawlers, you have Marines fighting them right up in front of you in your face. It lets us bring that intro into that first-person, really live experience. And
Yeah. All right, next question from Twitter. @Duncan23 wants to know, so excited to see more about this! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Please tell me you can forge Warzone or at least forge on those huge maps. For those of you that don't know, Forge is the Halo engine that allows you to, it's kind of your sandbox. You can do whatever you want with it. So we're going to be able to do that in Warzone?
So Warzone, because it's such a massive scale mode, and it's really like bringing together all of these different elements of Halo and beyond any scale of experience that we've delivered in multiplayer before, it's not a mode that supports Forge. Forge is supported throughout our arena experience, but for Warzone, because there's so much going on in that mode, it's a mode that's a really, really crafted experience.
All right, @Mouseline on Twitter, @Mouseline0887 wants to know, are Pelicans, broadswords, and Hornets available to pilots in Warzone? I need to know this. I'm a pilot.
So there's a huge number of vehicles and weapons available in Warzone through the requisition system. And one of the new vehicles that we actually showed here at E3 for the first time in both the campaign experience that we demoed at the briefing, and then also in the Warzone experience that's playable here at E3, is the new Forerunner Phaeton. And that's a pretty cool vehicle. It kind of wrecks house when you're in Warzone if you can get it out. It's really high level, so you got to level up your rec level to be able to bring it out.
What kind of vehicle is this?
It's a really great vertical takeoff. It's our VTOL.
Okay.
It has awesome kind of machine gun, regular fire, and it has a secondary fire.
So is it kind of like the Forerunner out now gets to the to the Hornet?
It's a little bit. It's got some of that.
Yeah.
It's got some of that flavor to it for sure. But it's got a really cool, unique ability where it can kind of do these really short bursts of teleportation. Where instead of like using the same control as the Banshee boost, but you're able to then kind of juke in different directions laterally, which can be really powerful once you learn how to use it.
All right, I need to hear more about that. I'm going to come down and play this. All right, at Smiles M Smith wants to know. So this means player versus aliens?
That's right. Yeah, you go out. It's a good mix. You can kind of choose for players who aren't really awesome like me. I can go fight AI so that I don't have to get owned by the really super strong players. But it really gives you a lot of different choices. And then once you get better, once you get more powerful, then you can go and deal with more players.
All right, at Video Chameleon wants to know, is Warzone a one-life game mode? Pretty simple question.
No, it's definitely not.
Many lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a one life game mode in Breakout, which we showed in the arena beta earlier this year, though.
All right, last question we have here is from Frank the Show on Twitter. He wants to know, did Halo's Warzone really named one of the bosses Baron? Really?
Yes, we did. Yeah, Baron Sharom. You guys want to talk about?
Yeah, what's the story back? What's the story there?
There's a little bit of backstory to that. It's actually named after a guy inside of our studio who didn't realize that until we pointed that out to him. And
you have a Baron working for you at 343 Industries?
Sean Barron actually runs the Halo Community Feedback Program, and he's a really important part of our team. And so, but the cool thing with the bosses is we're trying to bring that personality and kind of unique individual personality and sort of sense of each boss, so that when they come out onto the battlefield, like they have it creates kind of a moment and a spectacle, and they're kind of more memorable. So when you're taking them out, it feels more rewarding.
And when does the game come out?
Game comes out October 27th.
All right, and here's an exclusive for you right now. There is not a Major Nelson boss in the game, so maybe next time. All right, thank you so much for watching today's show, and be sure to join us tomorrow when we have more Gears, more Halo, and of course, more surprises. Plus, later tonight, Phil Spencer and a few special guests will bring gigantic Fable Legends, and more to the PC Gaming Show. Fans can watch it live at 6 p.m. on Twitch. Now, before we go, let's send it to the hosts on the floor. Oh, hosts.
Oh, thank you, Larry. Thank you. So all the non-Larry hosts got together and said, you know what? There's a lot of great fans here today, but there is one gentleman in particular that brought his A, B, C, D, E, and F game, and it is this guy right here. Graham, unfortunately, you're an employee. You are not eligible for this. And we actually have an amazing prize for you for participating. So,
Can I take you home?
You do not get to take me home, but Justine?
Yeah, we wanted to give you this pin.
What up?
So enthusiastic.
This is why Microsoft wins. Right here.
But let's be honest, that's an awful prize, and we have something way better for you. Let's fly in the good stuff for this gentleman right here. Oh, how about an Xbox One autographed by the entire Microsoft team? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Woo!
Thank you. I want to thank my fans.